चलो प्यार बड़ो प्रणाम नमस्कार सत श्रीकाल आदाब मैं नवनीत आनंद वॉइस आजकल ऑस्ट्रेलिया से टुडे we'll be talking to author Sherry back in India. Sherry ji, welcome to Voice आजकल Australia.
Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure to connect with you.
You know, you've been a motivational trainer. You've been a public speaker. You've been probably transforming so many lives where people are feeling the downfall in the life emotionally and all that. But as an expert in assertive communication, professional skills, and personal development, how do you balance all that?
Well, that's a great question to begin with, a little tougher one, but let me answer this by saying that there are two pillars of
Hmm.
self improvement. One is your beliefs, and the second is your habits. So, as they say, raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not the thunder. And that is exactly what assertive communication is all about. However, I would like to mention two things here that self improvement is completely a game of what you think about yourself and what you think about the world. So I'll quote you my examples. I remember when I was struggling, when I was going through depression back in 2011, when I came back from Dubai after a mess, complete mess in my life, and I went into severe depression for 6 months. And that was the time I started realizing that I have to finish my life. I don't have to live anymore in the world now. It's all over.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, nothing is left. Game over. I have to finish myself. And believe me, this happened to me for the second time because I was feeling a lot of insecurity from inside that the world is cruel, people are not good, things are not happening the way I want in my life, God is not kind to me. I started thinking every possible negative thought which can come to my mind. And would you believe I stopped talking to everybody except my little one. She's now grown to 9 years. She was like around 1.5 years that time. I used to play with her. That's all. I was barely talking to my family members except my wife. So
Oh,
one fine day,
Katrina. Mhm.
yeah, yeah. One fine day when my friend walked in, surprised me, and he said, Sherry, why are you not picking my phone calls? We are childhood buddies, my friend. We are childhood pals. And I said, I don't know. I'm not feeling good right now, Kunal. His name is Kunal. And he said, please tell me what you're going through. I'm your childhood friend. I told him what I had been through in the past few months, and he said only one thing. I knew I was suspecting that you might be going through a tough time in your career. Maybe that is the reason you're not picking and answering my phone calls. So I bring this book for you, The Alchemist
Uh,
by Paulo D'Souza.
right.
He, he said, I want you to please, I request you to read the book. I said, I'm not a reader. He said, please, I request you to read this book. I said, I'll give it a try. I read that book in next 10 days and it started changing my mind about the self beliefs. And then I ordered my second book, that time Royna Baron, the Secret series, if you're aware of it. She was very popular at that time. And I was getting the notifications on YouTube to watch The Secret, The Power. These were the books were very popular at that time. I ordered the Power book, and when I read that book, I completely resonated what I had been through so far in my life. I knew I was walking down with the right intention, but in the wrong direction. I knew I have something big coming up inside me, something big popping up inside me, but I never knew how to develop certain habits to get back on the track. And that is where I decided that I'm going to read more books. A guy who was in severe depression without the help of any psychiatrist, any psychotherapist, any psychologist, without a single pill, he started reading books. I read more than 1,000 self help books in the next 2.5 years, and I came out of
Okay.
and I came out of depression. And that was the moment I decided that now I'm going to work on my body. I was 128 kg that time. Right now I'm in my 80s, but I went up to 65 kg. I transformed my body. And that's when I realized that there is a clean psychology between body and mind. And I have to work on that. So a guy who is from commerce background, who studies accounts and math in his entire life, He is now thinking to read about neuroscience, brain science, spiritual science, and many other things. And that's when I decided to read psychology. Then I completed my psychology post graduation, and that's when I started thinking I have to give back a lot of things to people because I have done a lot to myself. I transformed my body. I went into bodybuilding for 5 years. I became a fitness physique model, and mind you, this all happened, Navneet, right after my marriage, after my
Acha.
little one. Yes,
Hmm.
it all happened after marriage. So there was a power inside me. We all have power.
I think वो
चिंगारी
कहते हैं
तो
ना भी हाँ अंधकार है पर उसमें से you have to find out a ray of light. Probably your friend Kunal guided you through, or probably he was the key turning point to bring that switch that light on, and then your willpower and self-esteem motivated to be what you are today. You were talking about transformation, right? So through your transformation coaching style, how
yeah.
have you provided the speaking platform and created many of the public speakers in India till now?
That's a good one. So when I started attending workshops and seminars myself, right after my
Acha.
body transformation, I started thinking of a career now. And I was very clear that I'm going to do something in training and coaching. It's a big industry popping up in India. Don't know about across the world, but yes,
It's
in
all over the
US,
world, yes.
yeah, it's all over the. But in India, it is booming up right now. And that's when I decided that I'm going to do something into coaching and consulting business. But for that, I have to first of all be a composition of a lot of things. I have to prepare myself first. I have to be myself first, who's a go-getter. Then I can tell anybody go and get that. So that's when I realized that I started attending workshops. I started watching different speakers, trainers, and from there I gained the momentum. I was the guy who never used to sit at home. I used to spend my time, even on my Sundays, watching and doing stuff which I always wanted to do. So I want to ask all the viewers here who are watching me, what do you want to become in next 5 years? And whatever you want to become in next 5 years is something which you are going to do right now. You have to prepare for that. It's not about just big thinking. It's about the capacity building. I did my capacity building, and that's why I am here, and I'm here to talk to such amazing people like Navneet. So when
Thank you so much.
pleasure is all mine, Navneet. And that's when I realized that I have to work on myself. So it started with investing on myself, and then one of the seminars I observed that two people were watching for microphone. One said, I want to speak first. Second said, I want to speak first. Third one said, you guys settle down. I'll speak first. And that's when I realized people are so hungry. People are so curious to speak on mic. Why can't I give a platform for common people to come and share their talk on stage? MS Talks was born. And that's when I realized that it's all about inspiration from anywhere. Inspiration from anywhere is the tagline of my organization, MS Talks. We have invited celebrity speakers, professional speakers, aspiring orators to come and share their real life stories. And I gained popularity in such a short span of time because I started doing events in India. And now every year I do 12 to 13 international national events, and I have a community of around 5 lakh members globally on social media. That's how it all started.
So there's one more added to that community, 5 lakh and one from today. That's me. I've been added on your community
My
from
pleasure.
now on. Depression is a curse. I really see that. Why I said curse, लोग बात नहीं करना चाहते हैं, खुल के सामने नहीं आना चाहते, वो एक embarrassment feel होती है यार that I'm going through this stage, what would people think about it? And मैं कभी पढ़ रहा था कहीं पे, there was a saying कि there is a hopeless end or there's an endless hope. So there's a very, very fine line between the two. And people like you are there who are giving people a motivation to see that yes, there is an endless hope in life. Share something about the clients working from the different organizations and how are they doing now because you being there on the platform for the public speaking and talking to their employees and all that. So do you see a big difference between them? Do you get a lot of compliments coming over all the way?
Yes, I do. In fact, right now there's one transformation challenge going on, which started yesterday only. I
Acha.
am here to create an ecosystem in India to promote presentation literacy, public speaking, and communication. And I am inviting people to come and speak on in front of camera. Lot of people, believe me, Navneet, lot of people have camera phobia, and I have created a platform where people can come. I will be the person. Being a professional coach, I have decided that I'm going to come on the ground. I'm going to work like somebody who is ready to give back. And that's when I will receive in multifolds. It's a simple philosophy. Giving start the receiving process. My dear friend who's watching to me right now in this interview, I want to ask you, what are you ready to give if you own something in your life? What is that one thing which you can give back to the world? And that is exactly what you're supposed to do. That is what is exactly is going to come in multifolds in your life from different avenues. You never know from where the blessings come. That's what
I
gratitude is
agree.
all about. And from there, I have been working with a lot of speakers. I've been working with, I would say, a lot of patients. They are ill. Sometimes they're so good, but they don't even know they're good. There's nobody to tell them, hey, you're good. You're speaking really good. But nobody's there to tell them. I am here. I'm taking the responsibility to guide people. So in every post they do, I give my personalized feedback. Every week I'm doing four mentorship sessions. It's a 30-day program. Public Speaking University is the name of the community. If you want to check out the details, do check out there. Now coming back to your question, how I'm creating that ecosystem. Well, the philosophy is very simple. I'm here to produce 1 million public speakers in India by 2030. That is my mission. I'm clear with my ikigai. It's a Japanese principle, which means what is your reason for self being? Why are you surviving in this world? Yeah, I'm asking you watching me. I'm asking you. Don't smile. I'm asking you right now.
Okay,
Why are you,
okay.
why are you surviving right now? What is the reason for your living? What is the purpose of your life? What is that one thing which you can excel upon? What is that passion, profession, vocation, and mission which can combine and you can do that for yourself? And that is exactly what you need to work upon. You see, my friend, passion is not something which is decided for all of us. We have to walk on untrodden paths. I did that. I was a banker earlier. Then I became a fitness guy. Then I became a corporate trainer. Then I became a public speaking coach. That was not easy. It took me like what, 21 years. I spent 2 decades. But I always say, whatever you do with your intention, whatever you do with your heart, it always paid off. And
Yeah.
my hard work has paid me off. It has given me a lot of skills. And I'm just giving back and now working all together on a different field. And I love public speaking. And I believe public speaking is a royal road to self confidence.
Sherry, वो कहते हैं अकेला चला था कारवां बनता चला गया. If you look back 2 decades when you really started this particular journey, or आज we are talking in millions, that is an absolutely inspiration for people. They rightly say dream big, achieve big, and you are a true example of dreaming big and achieving big and making lots of the people to feel the same, the confidence to bring it out. So you
There
the
are two
three
lines.
time.
There are two
Hmm.
lines I want to say here. अपना
जी.
जमाना आप बना लेते हैं अहले दिल. अपना
Uh-huh.
जमाना आप बना लेते हैं अहले दिल. हम वो नहीं जिनको जमाना बना गया.
Areva, Areva. And a 3 times a national award winner, international award winning coach. Your comments. How do you feel? How do you take up this pressure that there's an awards that are there being given to you? You have to do more and more every day.
Well, prestigious awards give you responsibility on your shoulders. If
Yes,
I say I am a
yes,
national award winner, now I have great responsibility. I have to
absolutely.
be mindful in certain ways, how I talk, how I walk, how I convince, how I respect. And we are living in such an era where you will find all kind of people. Sometimes you have to keep your silence and you have to be mindful of what you're doing. You got to obtain those skill sets which you can always utilize in your real life. And I always say that the awards cannot determine or cannot classify your caliber. You are
Hmm.
always beyond that. It is the gift, it is the association of your hard work. And and I always respect that. However, I'm not confined to it, I'm not limited to it. I just don't want to say everybody that I have won so many awards. It's not about the awards, my dear friend. It's about what you're ready to give back when you leave this world. What are you going to leave? What are you going to leave for this world? What will be the last thing which you can do? And when you are on your bed counting your last breath, are you satisfied? Are you living with that mindset? If you are satisfied with living with your mindset, that is exactly what you're supposed to do. So at the end of the day, it's not about the awards, it's not about the achievement, it's not about the experience. It's about what you are giving back to people when you leave your body.
So you've been working in the area of personal growth and human development. So
Yeah.
That is your mission. That is your mission. So tell me more about it. I'm really getting keen and interested to know more about your mission.
Definitely. See, personal growth is all about satisfying the human being with their ideas and telling them that this is what you're capable of doing. That's personal growth. And every time you work upon yourself, you grow in life. The problem is that the books have told you to think big. The Magic of Thinking by David Scott. This book told you think big, think big. But nobody's talking about how you have to build your capacity. If you are not building your capacity, your thinking big will have a gap, and that's where you will start feeling insecurity, negativity. So that then that is the moment when you realize that somewhere I think big, but I cannot achieve big. For achieving big, you have to work on yourself. That is personal growth. You have to work on your personal growth. You have to work on your skills. You have to invest in yourself. All these things. Now, coming to the other part, which is related to human development, well, I am in the business of public speaking. I'm in the business of full time speaking. I work as a keynote professional speaker. I work with corporates, and I'm working with through personal coaching. I'm working with my professional clients. I'm working with celebrities right now. You'll be happy to know about that. I'm working with serial entrepreneurs. I'm working with corporate executives, CEOs of the companies, and I'm guiding them to help them hone their public speaking skills and presentation skills. And believe me, it's an art and science both. And you need to learn public speaking skills. That is the area where I help humans develop their skills. That is exactly what I'm doing in human development area.
What is your wish list?
My wish list, okay. I want to travel countries around the world. I want to explore demographics, cultures. I also want to do something very, very big. I'm already up to it. Public speaking university. The guy who was having not having 10 rupee in the pocket some time back when I was a teenager. Now, I know at that very moment, I decided I'm going to do something big. And from there was no education. There was scarcity of a lot of resources. You can watch my Josh talks on YouTube. You'll get to know about my real life story.
I
And
have
from
watched it. I have watched it.
yeah,
Yes.
pleasure. Thanks for watching. So from there, I am saying I will educate the world. So this epiphany was created, and it was all here in mind. Believe me, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And I'm just trying to show the way and going the way. Now, coming to the other wish list part, well, I want to create something for people, especially for poor people, for the rehabilitation. Something in skill education, probably, because I love to contribute, I love to help people. मेरी माँ ने मैंने वही सिखाया कि पुत्र दसवंत जरूर कटना है और वो
Absolutely. Absolutely.
दसवंत अलग अलग तरीके ਨਾਲ ਕੱਢ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਰਫ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਗੋਲਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਪਾ ਦਿਓ you can donate that money the way you want बस अपना intention clear होना चाहिए and I follow the principles the philosophy of Guru Nanak Sahib one chakho naam japo and kirat karo I follow these three principles now in my life of Guru Nanak Sahib wish list ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ well I want to create a beautiful bungalow for my family I want to have I want to work as a sevadar in Gurudwara Sahib I want to connect to seva all the time because that keeps you humble all the time in your life mindset is what separates best from the rest
आज हमने की ऑफिशियली से बातचीत और मैं आपका नवनीत शनि जी थैंक यू सो मच
One-stop answer to your Australian education and visa matters. Gemco Sydney. Dream big, achieve big.
Fiji Times. Be with the times.